All right, so, and this is,
That's a Hobby Boss 35th scale German Flak 40, 128 millimeter. I got it from Immel last weekend. That's what I got so far. Everything's supposed to be glued, not moving, so I made it so the wheels will turn.
yeah, you put a washer or something in there?
Yeah,
or-
just a disc of plastic that I glued it in there. And then the gun barrel is not supposed to recoil. I put in the longer recoil rod and aluminum tube down there. Nice. So it's got the recoil rod and everything. It's got the fuse setter and the tray are all movable. It will raise and everything. Nice little kit.
Sorry, careful. No, you're fine.
That's, then I've got, you know, a lot more to do on the sides. The only thing I'm not happy with, the foot platforms, the bigger one is the molded grate. All the other ones are solid flat waffle iron, so it ruins it. So I got to figure out, make my own grates, you know.
You said you did that in a week?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking
That's like
that
3
too.
months for me.
Yeah. Well, I don't have a life other than plastic models, so on a weekend I'll stay up till
Yeah,
4 o'clock, 5 o'clock in the morning.
Wow.
And then I'll,
Is it
you
88
know,
millimeter? I do every day.
128. Yeah, that was the, well, that's their 5-inch, the German 5-inch Flak 40. Yeah, the 88 was a 3.5 inch.
Right.
This was the Flak 40, and then this was a single, the transporter, and that was the same guns that they had, the Zweilings, the twins, and the Flak towers in Berlin and a couple of other towns. And the Flak, I got the twins, which is the Tacoma kit, and they're pretty accurate into both. You know, for two different companies, they're pretty close to, you know, you can put them beside each other and they look like the same, like they're the same gun.
So how's the fit and finish on this kit?
I haven't had to do any. The only thing is there's a few parts I have to leave out in the breech area, because when there's this cover that covers the rollers and some of the other stuff, it just, trying to pack it all in there, it didn't fit good. So there's a couple little bars inside. Those little rollers will actually turn for putting the shells in. I mean, it doesn't need to, but that's the only spot that I had any fit problems with.
Okay.
Everything, it goes together really nice. I'm I do spend way too much time with my needle files and my hobby knife. I'll be laying in bed watching it, listening to Archer, you know, not watching the Archer TV series, but just listening to them while I'm carving and everything. But
So if you're doing that laying in bed, where does all the plastic go?
in bed,
On his wife?
on the chest, and on the desk.
It's a divorce. Eating crackers in bed.
Look at the side of the box, we have the carriages attached to it. You still got some more stuff to glue on?
Yeah, there's the jack bars that go here, and then there's the spindles or whatever where this would be mounted here, that so they could screw that down and lower it down to the ground and then pull these away. I think they could have done a little bit more detailing in these, and they just leave you with just that pin there, so I got to figure out what hitch they had to hook up to the half tracks and everything. Then I want to put some air lines in for the air tanks, but there's really no, and then I don't know if this thing just pivoted or if these wheels were supposed to turn, but I can't see when a truck was trying to go around a corner trying to drag this hole with the wheels going straight.
No, this front bogey system did turn, not very much, about 12 to 15 degrees either
that's
way.
what I thought,
So
yeah.
it crabbed its way around a corner.
Yeah.
There's a pin underneath it that coincides on the frame, is it?
No, unfortunately, there's nothing, it's supposed to be glued, and there's nothing that'll really hold that, so if I wanted it mounted up there, it's gonna fall away from it. Nothing to hold that up. So I could either put something in those holes where I got interference fit, or I'm just gonna have the trailers to the side and then have that sit with the ground
jacks
stakes.
on it, yeah.
And the stakes. What I'm thinking about, I did a 35th scale 88 flatbed Flak train, and I'd like to build it's a flat car, it's about this long. I'd like to build that into that, but it had the big fold down sides, and they actually clamshelled, so you'd have the fold down sides, and there was right in the area for when this was turned aside, that was folded out too, and it was all a graded screen area and everything in this. But I don't have any pictures of the underside, of the detail of the flat car and everything, so I'm still searching for pictures of that.
Of
But
the train itself, you mean?
yeah, the flat train.
What about the guys doing all the,
That's me. Yeah, I've got
That's him, the train
I've
guy.
got some pictures of that. But
Go ahead and
yeah,
talk to yourself, see if you got something.
yeah, but yeah, I'm slowly. That's why I kind of wish they would have gone to 148 scale in the train stuff and along with their tanks, because that would have been. But 48 scale, that's basically your Lionel, your O gauge.
Yeah.
But and because the train, if I do that Flak train or that armored train, it's 14 feet long. And who's got 14 feet of shelf space to have a full?
A single guy.
I will soon.
I do.
Well, yeah, I do, but my in-scale layout takes it all up, so. But, yeah, I'd like,
I gotta bring pictures
I
of
wish
the
they would have
garage wall in here.
done some 48 scale, more 48 scale stuff in this, but, yeah,
Send them to me,
I
I'll put them on the Facebook
did, I did
page.
48 scale armor, I did all the Bandai
they're
kits.
photographs, though.
And then I slowly started doing 35th scale armor because I
He
couldn't
don't do
find the kits
that.
that I
Bring them in,
wanted.
I'll scan them and I'll.
So now
put 'em
I'm
on.
stuck with
Bring the
both
book in,
scales.
the pictures.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it goes together fairly nice, and I had no problems, all the fit's good, so, yeah.
I'm surprised.
Very
Yeah,
cool.
and I
yeah.
used the Tamiya liquid, the
Yeah.
quick set. Now they came out even with the quicker set
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
And yeah, I've got no problem with it. But as I say, like I've got tube glue, I've got CA,
Yeah.
I've got Elmer's glue, I've got whatever. I use it all.
I think you're preaching to the choir
Yeah.
here, you know?
That's right, you gotta use them all.
Yeah.
Depending on what you're doing.
9
you
times
know.
out of 10, though, I go through a bottle of the Tamiya, $6 Tamiya glue about every month and a half.
Well, that's why you go to Hobby Lobby with your 40% coupon and get it for like $3 and something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I call the Hobby Lobby catalog the Kmart catalog because their kits are what Kmart would have carried,
Right.
the basics. But that gets kids into the hobby. That starts the next generation of modelers, so I got no problem. Although I know Hobby Lobby is a little bit more expensive, but you
Well,
know,
the kit prices
local.
have gone up
Yeah,
everywhere.
yeah.
You know, the kits that we were buying as kids for $1.25,
Or
you know,
yeah.
are now almost $30, $29.99.
Right.
You know, and just
Well,
what,
this was
5 years ago, they were
This was
$20.
$100,
Yeah.
you know, and ridiculous. That should be a $30, $40 kit at the most. But you pay what they can get it out of us. They know that we'll pay, so.
Well, you're paying, like Rob said earlier, you're paying import
Yeah.
fees on a lot of it.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
Just ask Patrick, right? Perales,
Mm-hmm.
you know, he runs NBA USA, you know, and I'm sure that stuff's costing a pretty penny
We'll
bringing
flip
from.
back up.
Yeah, what's that for?
That was just
they
the
pop out?
stabilization.
They pop up?
Yeah, and then it will turn. And then also what I like, here's the,
I didn't break it.
either you could
you look at
fold
it?
down this one
Oh, wait.
or this one, it will go way down if they wanted to anchor it at a higher elevation for clearance, I guess, or this one will fold down and it'll anchor it down for the transport. So there's,
Put on a flatbed.
That, by the way, that one on the bottom, that's called a maintenance bracket. It's brought down so that guys can get inside there and lube the inside workings of the thing so the barrel.
The gears and
sticks.
stuff, yeah.
Okay.
Because if that thing comes down on some guy, he's
oh,
dead.
yeah,
Yeah, it's a maintenance cradle is what it is. You know, the 128 was very similar to the 88, and
Yeah.
I was all over the 88 that's in the Pole Allen Museum. I've got like 600 photographs of that thing when they were building it, fixing it up and everything. It's just, I've never seen an 88 up close, and I had the opportunity. It's at the Pole Allen Museum. He's got that, a bunch of tanks and stuff, and he's got a working 88. Yeah.
yeah. I've got a Troika book and then I've got like 5 or 6 different books on the 88. but there's not much of the 128 out there, but, and as a hobby gets more spread out, there's gonna be more books, but,
Yeah.
you know, Russia's got all kinds of books on all this stuff, but a lot of them, they don't show up and come to this country or,
Well, the thing is, you go on the internet, and there's guys over in Eastern Europe that have tons of pictures from all the
Oh,
war
yeah.
museums, you
yeah.
know?
Yeah.
Because apparently the Russians got a lot of German
Oh,
stuff.
Oh, yeah.
They carted everything home that they could. They
that's
filled,
what happens when you
they
do
took whole
that.
factories with them. when
They took
left.
home toilets.
Well, the thing
Yanked
is
them out
funny,
of German
the thing that's
houses.
funny, it was
Assholes.
somebody with third ID, where's Tony? You know, he must have left, right?
Yes.
Somebody with third ID took all the pictures of Saddam's motor pool when they went into Baghdad. And if you look at it, there's West, there's 88s, there's all kinds of World War II German equipment. You're thinking, oh my God, they're fighting in the 2000s with this stuff built in 1940s, you know? God.
Well, they've got a picture of somebody found an FT-17 in a scrap yard over there.
Oh, yeah.